each of you to shout your own name. Do that. Because it's about all of us. It's about all of us. And listen.
We are seeing complete outrage and double standards when it comes to the Democrat Party, more importantly, CNN. Over the weekend, there was a rally at Madison Square Garden. Donald Trump had a rally, had people from all races, gender, colors, and creed in attendance. And people like Rachel Maddow called the people in attendance the N-word, fascist, brown shirts. The German World War II people, that's what they were called.
I'm just going to play you two very quick clips. The first one is from Trump's rally at Madison Square Garden last night. And the second one is from the infamous pro-Nazi rally at Madison Square Garden in February 1939.
Americans sleeping on their own feces on a bench in Central Park. But
that's happening.
Illegals, they get whatever they want, don't they? 5-star hotels, cash. Probably get Yankee Dodger tickets tomorrow night.
The crowd to denounce these so-called refugees, these so-called poor people who get so much better treatment than real Americans. The argument doesn't change at all. You know, if you don't want to be compared to those people in history, don't steal their lines. Don't say you admire them. You know, if you don't want to be called a fascist, don't convert a normal governing political party into a one-man cult of personality and then say all elections are rigged and the country used to be great, but now it's been humiliated and brought low because of an enemy within, and we're going to have to use force and violence against that enemy and terminate parts of the Constitution to get them, right? If you don't want to be compared to the folks who held rallies like that in 1939, don't hold rallies like that.
So don't hold rallies. The rally is what's dangerous. The Democrat Party, MSDNC, Rachel Maddow, they're not dangerous for calling people that were in attendance. There's a lot of people there that didn't look like me or you, didn't look like Rachel Maddow, and you just labeled them with the World War II German party. You know what I'm talking about. The double standard gets deeper. This was last night on CNN. Ryan Gerdusky got tossed. Mehdi Hassan made an accusation. Ryan Gerdusky replied, and he's the bad guy. Gerdusky was just accused on live TV by Mehdi Hassan of being an N-word, of being a German, little guy with the mustache worshiper. And he replied with, are you a member of the ham sandwiches? Are you a member of that party? And if you are, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. And we all know what happened in the news. The IDF intercepted some of these beepers, pagers, did some engineering with them. And they targeted a certain group of people, bad people. And Ryan Gerdusky just asked him, point blank, are you a member of the ham sandwiches? And if you are, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. Now he gets tossed. But Mehdi Hassan, Rachel Maddow, Mika Brzezinski, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Liz Cheney, the list goes on. They get airtime. And they can accuse any of you and any of me or me of being the N-words, being the fascists, being the brown shirts, with zero repercussions. Why is there a double standard in the news media? Why is there a double standard in America right now? I'm retired from the military, ex-Navy, and I love standards. I hate double standards. I'm going to finish this clip.
I thought you said Hamas.
You didn't think I said Hamas. I said I supported Palestinian rights.
Yes, I did.
Why? Because when you hear
what's funny
Palestinian,
is Rudy Giuliani said this yesterday,
because-
so you're a great guest to be here to
All right,
defend Rudy
I told
Giuliani.
myself I wasn't going to entertain nonsense today, and so at this point,
This is what we're in
I
now.
can't
This
do
is America in
Here's
2024.
what I will say.
This is America in 2024. There's a complete double standards. This guy is allowed to say anything he wants about anyone that doesn't fall in line and vote for Kamala Harris. He is allowed to say anything he wants. CNN is allowed to say anything they want. MSNBC is allowed to say anything they want. And the one time where Ryan Gerdusky says, are you a member of the ham sandwiches? And if you are, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. He is the one that's bad guy. You just accused 80 plus million people that support Donald Trump of being fascist. And this guy will never apologize for a damn thing. Never. It gets deeper. And even Jon Stewart knows that the Democrat Party has crossed the line.
Raise the alarms.
The opening act, grabbing headlines for all the wrong reasons. A comedian who offered unfunny, racist, cringeworthy jokes.
Basically calling Puerto Ricans trash.
The most repulsive racial jokes about Latinos.
Disgusting and hateful.
So incredibly crude.
Frankly, just too X-rated to play here.
Extremely vile so-called jokes.
Extremely vile so-called jokes. She name-checked my comedy album from the 90s. I don't know who's AI, me or that guy. Now, obviously, in retrospect, having a roast comedian come to a political rally a week before Election Day and roasting a key voting demographic, probably not the best decision by the campaign politically. But to be fair, the guy's really just doing what he does. I mean, here he is at the Tom Brady roast a few months ago.
The great Jeff Ross, ladies and gentlemen. Jeff is so Jewish, he only watches football for the coin toss. Gronk, you see that kept burning himself on the ovens. Kevin is so small that when his ancestors picked cotton, they called it deadlifting.
Yes, of course. Terrible, boo, yes. There's something wrong with me. I find that guy very funny.
He is funny.
I'm sorry.
And comedy
I
is
don't know what
funny.
to tell you. I mean, bringing him to a rally and have him not do roast jokes, that'd be like bringing Beyonce to a rally and not have... Oh.
Yes, she didn't sing. She fooled everyone. Stewart knows it's over. Democrats know it's over. Kamala Harris knows it's over. And you know it's over. Because the double standards in this country are disgusting, and they're so clearly seen. It's so clear to see the double standards.
Ramaswamy, Vivek, thank you for taking some time with us this afternoon. The Trump campaign press secretary, Carolyn Leavitt, on Fox earlier saying the joke doesn't reflect the views of President Trump or our campaign, specifically talking about the Puerto Rico joke. But also she said the crowd, they didn't mind. You were there. Did you mind?
Look, the fact of the matter is I wasn't in the room when that joke was made, but I got to say, we got to take a step back and look at the double standards here, Brianna. Let's be really honest. George Lopez made a joke at Kamala Harris's rally over the weekend about all Mexicans being thieves. Are we attributing that comment to Kamala Harris or querying all of her proxies who are at that rally? No, we're not. So I think we need to all get off our high horses and acknowledge that a bad joke was told. It was bad because it wasn't very funny. The audience didn't find it funny. The guys told other funny jokes in other places. This wasn't one of them. But the media manufacturing of outrage out of this is really just a double standard when you look at the exact kind of jokes being told at the Kamala Harris rally over the weekend. And the fact is, if George Lopez had said that at the Donald Trump rally, if I may finish.
You've seen a comedy show before?
If I may finish, just to finish making the point, if the George Lopez joke had been told at the Donald Trump rally, you and I both know we'd be talking about that. But because it was at a Kamala Harris rally, we're not saying a word about it. And I think that that's just hypocritical.
I think that if you...
The news media is completely hypocritical. If this joke would have been told at a Kamala Harris rally by Tony Hinchcliffe, it would have went unnoticed and everybody would be laughing because he's a comedian. He's supposed to support the Democrat Party. And because he came out and spoke openly about how bad the living conditions were in Puerto Rico and called it a trash can, he's the bad guy. But their governor allegedly used some of that money that was sent there for that hurricane disaster relief for something else, didn't they? That's all alleged. Go look it up. But I think she's locked up. This is the Veteran Biker. I'm going to get out of here. The double standard in the news media is ridiculous. It's disgusting. It makes me want to vomit. And they know their time and their days are numbered because people like me and you have more in common than they do. We're tired of getting preached to by billionaires and millionaires about how we should vote when we can barely afford to pay gas, put groceries on the table, and go to work. I'm the Vet Biker. I'm out of here. See you on the road.